All right, we are live on YouTube and Instagram. Welcome, everybody who's just now joining. We're live on YouTube and Instagram. We haven't been live in a while. We're going to be going over Facebook, TikTok, organic strategies for your business. Welcome, everyone. It's been a while since we've done a live stream. Feel free to comment your questions below, and also let me know where you're from. Where is everybody located? What's your business? Hello, welcome. Pinterest ads. We don't run Pinterest ads. You can scale your business to millions of dollars without Pinterest ads. Might be good for a very niche specific audience, but I can assure you TikTok, Facebook, and Google, the big three, are going to be able to get you to 10, 20, 30, 50 million dollars without even touching Pinterest ads. Orange County, California. Nice. California's cool. Mexico City, very awesome. W, thank you. London, awesome. What time is it in London? Dallas, Texas. Okay. Yeah, not too far from where I'm located, which is in Fort Worth. And India. Okay, very cool. The GOAT. Thank you. We're going to be going over Facebook, TikTok, and viral ad strategies. Nashville. Nashville's a nice area. I was thinking about going there the next coming weeks. Netherlands, very cool. New Zealand. That's awesome. Just talking to somebody who's from New Zealand in Colorado. Washington, D.C., YouTube ads. Yeah, YouTube ads are good. You can run YouTube ads. We don't specialize in them, but the good thing about YouTube ads are if you have a really solid video, you can scale pretty significantly over there. India, awesome. Very cool. All right, so go ahead and start dropping in your questions below for Facebook ad, TikTok ad, organic strategies, or Shopify, e-commerce, lead gen, any questions you may have. Washington State, okay. SoCal, very nice. Canada, cool. Ukraine. Looks like we have people all over the place. It's crazy. I was in the airport traveling and ran into somebody who was in our mentorship, which is absolutely amazing. It's pretty crazy that all around the world, wherever I'm going, there's always somebody that I'll run into that has seen our content or uses our strategies and goes through the process, which is super amazing. Always nice to meet people in person. So if you ever see me, definitely make sure to walk up and say hi. Abu Dhabi. Okay, Algeria. Yeah, literally all over the world. Africa. We're hitting every continent here. How should you advertise skate wax? It's fairly simple. Upload a product image of skate wax. Don't even like show a skateboard. Just show the skate wax itself. Add it into your copy. Target skating audiences on Facebook. Make a TikTok video. Upload into the ads. Start running it $5 daily. How much can we make a month through your course? That totally varies so dramatically depending on your business, the product you sell, what you do, your margins. It's very, very wide ranging. But people, on average, 6, 7, 8 figures. How do you use static ads doing good in future compared to video ads? Static ads are really good on Instagram and Facebook, and then video ads are great for TikTok and Facebook and Instagram as well. I would do a mixture of both for Facebook and Instagram for sure. Static ads are great for retargeting. I'd launch those. Comparison style ads, an image of your product comparing it against another product. That's super valuable. Retargeting for the actual conversion side of catalogs. If you have multiple products, static ads are good. Video ads are great if you are demonstrating how the product's being used, going through the benefits. If you do a live comparison, or if you're walking through how to use the product, videos are great. Your student Emiliano did amazing with your course. Absolutely. He's crushing it. I mean, he went from just a few $1,000s to literally upwards of $300,000 in just a couple of months. Absolutely amazing. How do you start with creatives and audience building, or do you just test on a blank slate? Yeah, so for creatives, you're going to want to have a few ads specifically on Facebook. I'd recommend at least 5. So you can do product comparison. That's a good starting point. The second one would be product focused. Third one would be a video style where you're actually doing an unboxing or reviewing the product itself. And then the other two are going to be either carousel ads or, another video in itself. And then for the audience testing, you can start at $5 daily, test at least 3 to 5 audiences, a very low budget. Once you start getting sales after about 7 days, you can scale it from there and optimize after that. Do you ever do employment ads? Yes, but you're in the employment category, so you have to be careful with what you say there. Lots of times, LinkedIn is just going to be your best bet for a lot of stuff like that, just boosting the post on LinkedIn. What is the difference between a Facebook ad and conversion ads? It's the same thing depending on, so conversion ads are essentially just what you're optimizing for. If that's purchases, then it's a conversion ad. Facebook ad is overruling. It could be an awareness, a traffic. It could be just about any ad on Facebook at all. So that's the key difference there. Do you help build contacts for clients? I can share strategies with you on how to find clients for an agency, if that's what you're referring to. The best thing to do there is definitely going to events, reaching out in Facebook groups, posting on social media, getting people to reach out to you, connecting with people on a personal level. That's going to help build your social contact list. What's going on, Sasha? What's up? If you're just now joining, we're going over Facebook, TikTok, and viral strategies. How do you feel about ripped creatives? How do you feel about ripped creatives nowadays? If you're referring to people stealing other creatives, not a huge fan of it. Definitely prefer things to be original, especially if you're in the drop shipping space. A lot of people copy each other, which is crazy. Unless you build a brand around your product, you actually make sure that it's unique. It's going to be really hard to scale in the long term because a lot of people can just come in and rip you off. Where do you live? Fort Worth, Texas. Strategies to optimize TikTok ads would be grateful for your advice. Yeah, TikTok ads are getting really good right now. Lots of people are actually crushing with TikTok ads as of recent. That could be to algorithm changes or just people starting to understand the creative strategy there. I'd recommend at least 2 to 3 creatives on TikTok side, and then you're going to want to refresh it every single week thereafter. And go to the TikTok keyword insights tool. You go to top ads. It's called the TikTok Creative Center on ads.tiktok.com/business/creative center. Go to the top ads, select your industry, look up your product and see what videos there are. Find an ad that's in the top 1% of your space, and then go verify it by going to the keyword research tool, finding that ad again and seeing what the click-through rate and how much money they've spent on the ad. If the ad has tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars to spend behind it and has a really solid click-through rate and conversion rate, then you can get a really good idea of what your cost per action is going to be. You can do a lot of research around this for your product before launching on a TikTok. You can find out the best keywords to use. Lots of times people are like saying, hey, click down below. Well, on TikTok, you can swipe left into up on the actual landing page. And people are so used to this feature, and I didn't even know this, that it's such a common way to actually use the app. And all of these people are, leveraging this keyword now because it's so good at getting a high click-through rate. You could double your click-through rate quite literally just by switching from click here or click this button to swipe left. Makes a huge difference in your overall results. Highly recommend doing a lot of research on keywords specifically and ad creatives, and then getting a way to actually emulate and model the formats that are successful, and then bringing in those keywords that are driving the higher click-through rates. But obviously, you want to make sure that the click-through rate is in line with the cost per action, which is going to be your purchases. Otherwise, you can get a bunch of unqualified traffic, which makes no sense to do. How to make customers buy your products. You can't make somebody buy your product, but you can certainly get the product that somebody would want to buy in front of the right person. So the best way to do that is understanding your target audience and understanding the key problem points they have. The easiest way to do this is if you have a product that solves a problem. That could be cosmetics even, where people don't want to use bad chemicals on their face because they're breaking out. It could be as simple as that, and they want to switch to a healthier alternative, or they're, they really care about animals and it's cruelty free. If your product is like that, you just demonstrate the reasons why somebody would want to switch over because that's what they're looking for. So people might be looking to get away, or if they have a common problem in their house, maybe you have a product that helps with hanging clothes much easily or taking them off without stretching them. Demonstrate the problem, provide the solution as your product. That's the easiest way to get somebody to buy. You don't have to, that doesn't create, that doesn't make somebody want to buy the product. It makes them realize the problem they have, and now they want to solve that solution by buying it. I've been learning Facebook ads for quite a long time, and I'm wondering if I should keep it up or focus more on Google and TikTok ads. It depends which platform is getting you the best ROIs. Now, if your budget is, $50 to $100,000, I'd recommend a blend of all three, where you'd have a majority of your budget on Facebook, your smallest budget being on TikTok, and then your, second largest budget being on Google. That's really going to allow a lot of brands to get past that $200,000 threshold monthly. If you're spending like 1,000 on each platform, it doesn't make sense. Just push all your budget into the highest return on ad spend platform and focus there until you're at scale. And at scale is usually closer to the 50 to 80K month mark. That's when you want to add in Google. That's when you want to start looking at launching other platforms. How would you market ice jewelry? On Facebook, go ahead and make images and videos. One of the jewelry on either your wrist, on your hands, or whatever it is. If it's a necklace, actually having a video of that. And then a specific offer around that is going to be the biggest thing. Can you judge my website, Chase? Potentially type in your website below and I might search it up here. How do you sell a product that does solve a problem such as a Galaxy projector? Well, if the problem is that people find their TV too small and hard to watch, you could make the solution a projector, or you could play into the fun aspects, make people realize what they don't have, create FOMO around that. You do that by highlighting a much better experience and making people realize that, hey, they want a way bigger screen and it's portable. You can't drag your TV everywhere or take it off the wall. Maybe you can if it's tiny enough, but most people can't just take their TV off the wall. So you could have a projector on a different wall and then also go outside. You could do stuff around that and create a lot of cool locations to use it. You could play games outside, watch movies with the family. You have to highlight a bunch of different use cases so people are willing to buy it in that case. How do you do segmentation for B2B business? Yes, that is a good question. We use a couple different tools. One is going to be the email marketing software. We're using ActiveCampaign. Second one is Segment. If you go to segment.com, I believe is what it's called, they'll pipeline all your data for you into your warehousing, into your email marketing, line it all up in your different platforms. And it's going to be able to give you customer segments as well, hence Segment. And then essentially you're going to be able to build different lists, I'd recommend. Track it through UTMs, which are unique tracking metrics. Have specific call outs in your emails for each audience. And then also create different audiences in Facebook tied into those. That's going to be a great way to be able to leverage the right types of audiences. I would even bucket them into qualified and non-qualified. Non-qualified's educating people for free until they're eventually at a point where they can afford your services. Qualified is they afford your services, and now you're trying to bring them into the next service if they need it or not. How do you do dynamic product ads that show a full 4 items on Insta Story, for example, instead of just a single product at a time? All right. So, I mean, one way you could do this is called through a collection ad where you actually just create the image yourself. You don't even have to make it. You can upload this into the dynamic ad if you wanted to, but it's usually done manually. Just go into Canva, paste the 4 products, put it in there and drive them to your collection page. That's one way. Or actually use a direct collection ad, which is an image and there's 3 little images below it. What is your process for creating and optimizing video creatives for Facebook? That is a good question. So right now, it's leveraging 1, Canva for creating content, single images. And then also 2, for creatives, UGC coming from TikTok specifically, or shooting it yourself if you're willing to do that. That's a great way to actually get good content. UGC is a huge factor, which is user generated content. Means reaching out to creators on TikTok, reaching out to them on Instagram. You can use Upwork. You can use a lot of different marketplaces to find these creators. And these people will literally create content for you. And then once you find somebody who's really good at getting results, stick with them. Do a longer term contract. Happens all the time. Hey, Chase, love the content. How would you pitch UGC/TikTok ads to e-com brands? Yeah, I mean, if they don't have a creative strategy, then the whole pitch is you don't need to be doing TikTok ads unless you have enough creative content. So it's almost a requirement. You really don't have to pitch it. A lot of these brands know they need it. They just haven't done it yet, and they need somebody to guide them through it. So the key value point is, hey, you don't have videos. You're not capable of creating content. Your ads aren't going to be successful on TikTok if you're not able to get at least, a few videos a week coming in. I can't run Meta ads for phone cleaner app. I tried everything, spent a lot of money. but still can't process success anything. Do you know any tactics for it? Try TikTok. I'd launch onto that platform. It's really good for app installs. Hey, Chase, can I make money selling low ticket offer 35-ish for products through Facebook ads around $100 a day? Absolutely. I mean, we sell products for way cheaper than that and are still profitable. I mean, we have somebody selling a book for $5 and getting a cost per purchase of $1 right now. And they're doing like 30 sales a day. It's absolutely incredible. So yes, if you know how to structure the right creatives, you can get insane results still on Facebook. All right, lots of good questions that are coming through. By the way, we just released a new YouTube video covering Facebook ads that convert. We go over different formats. These are formats that have millions of dollars to spend behind them. Lots of the formats we're covering are client-based ads that we already know have been super successful, taking brands from $0 to $1,000 in daily ad spend. Also being able to take brands to the $1 million a year mark. And a lot of these ads have been used with brands that are doing $50 million per year and even $100 million per year in actual sales. Do you have a team that edits clients' videos? No, but we have somebody internal who does all of ours. We do on the agency side at Chappell Digital Marketing. We have somebody who will clip videos, but they're not going to like edit a video from just completely raw. It has to have already some format done to it, and then we can clean up a lot of it. When you source UGC, do you ask for a modular piece of content, raws, or fully edited? Mainly fully edited because you want the creator to post the content on TikTok for you, and then you can grab the video, or they can provide it to you in raw format, and then you can constantly change the text. There's actually benefits to both sides because you can then have a lot more control over what you say in the video. Lots of people are joining in. Welcome. It's a good idea to start paid ads without organic content. Yeah, you can totally launch paid ads without organic content and see results. I mean, we have somebody who has like 4 followers on their Instagram page. This is never even posted, but is doing a 5x to 10x ROAS at $150 daily. It's incredible. As long as your creative resonates with the right people, you'll definitely see the results. But here's the thing. If they had organic videos, if their page was built out, they would likely see better results just from having those additional items. Please let me talk to you. Yeah, feel free to shoot me a DM. DM me the word live and happy to engage. When should I set up ad tracking and how should I do it post iOS 14? You should set up ad tracking if you don't know if your results are accurate on Facebook or TikTok. If you're missing out on a % of sales, then you should definitely add it in. If you're only running Facebook or only running TikTok or only running Google and there's a deficit in results and you don't know which audience is actually getting sales, then you should definitely use an ad tracking tool. If you haven't already, you should definitely sign up for Surge.io beta. We'll be launching here pretty soon on Surge.com. And if you get into the beta access group, you'll be able to access a suite of Shopify tools from tracking, creative, and a bunch of other features like upsell that will be coming down the line. You're going to be able to track everything on your Facebook, TikTok ads all the way through on your Shopify and be able to upsell additional people as well. Can you briefly explain what you provide with your creative agency? We're more of a media buying agency, but we offer UGC creative services, meaning we will contact brands on your behalf and users and creators to get content and be able to actually use that in paid ads. So we'll do all of the script writing. We'll reach out to the creator. We'll get the UGC content. We'll do the edits from them, and we'll make sure that there's a consistent pipeline of content always coming through that you can also use for organic and other ad platforms as well. What is one thing you must have incorporated in your store? That's going to be making sure, one, your conversion rate is up. And it's not just one thing. It's going to be a bar at the top of your actual website that gives out your offer or free shipping. You state that. An upsell to upsell people on additional items. That's going to increase your AOVs. Review apps, so people have credibility. You want to have reviews on your actual site. At least 4 images on your product so people can see a correct demonstration of it. Those are going to be a few big things you can have. Slide cart or drawer cart, one of the two. It's where the cart actually slides out. If you have a store and you click add to cart on your store and it takes you to an add to cart page, get rid of it. It's holding up your conversions. If you have a slide cart, it's one click and people can see their cart immediately and go check out. It's going to help you tremendously. You'll make so much additional money just by doing that. All right, we already answered that question. Instagram, we need more questions. YouTube is beating you on questions. I'm restricted on Facebook for the moment, and now I'm thinking of getting an agency ad account and use my brother's profile. Is that okay to do? It's considered circumventing systems. Up to you. I will say that we've had lots of clients that have done it. I can't recommend it specifically, but it is a workaround. Lots of good questions that are coming through today. Let me know what your goals are, what you're trying to hit in monthly revenue. Are you an e-commerce brand, B2B, lead gen? What are you struggling with? Do you work in an agency? Are you at a marketing department? How many tips on how to find good UGC content creators? You're going to have to do a lot of research, going down hashtags. I'd play the volume game more than anything, reaching out to a ton of creators so that way you can get a high response rate, because lots of times these creators are slow, they don't respond, or if they do respond, it can take a while for content. So you got to play the volume game over there. And then once you find a quality creator out of the volume, stick with them. That way you can have more predictable results and you can build a partnership. Awesome. And e-commerce, great. Thanks a lot. Absolutely. If you haven't already, definitely make sure to check out the newest YouTube video and comment on that video, letting me know what you think. How to make ads and content for solar businesses on TikTok. Yeah, I would do a comparison. That's another big factor. Comparisons for solar. Why? If you don't have solar, what's the negative? What are you saving with solar? What are the benefits? Do you have more control? Those are going to be a big thing. Two is video. I've seen people literally go door to door with these solar videos and show that they're closing a deal live. You could clip those videos and turn it into a specific offer on an ad. Those videos would do well. And then being able to also just shoot a video yourself talking about the key benefits of why to go solar, where you're located, even call out the location. You can now do zip code targeting with TikTok ads. This is huge. It used to be a specific region that you could target. So if you do local targeting, you can now do it with zip codes on TikTok. We have dentists we're working with right now that are absolutely crushing it, and they're getting hundreds of leads, booking out their entire calendar with appointments. And now you can do zip code targeting. This is huge because once you had to go after like multiple cities, or is based off of, the actual TV station's location for what they cover. But now you're actually able to get very specific and go after zip codes. So definitely start looking into that, because if you're a local based business or do local targeting, it's very effective. And they're offering a credit, by the way. If you don't already know that, you can get free money from TikTok if you're in the local space. Cool thing about these platforms is anytime they're entering into a new space or trying to attract a specific advertiser, you can get a lot of free credits. So definitely always be looking for those. It's easy way to get free money. So definitely always take advantage of those offers and subscribe to TikTok ads, actual list and stuff. And if you're an agency, get listed as a partner. You get huge benefits and access to a lot of things people don't. If you didn't know that information, we get access to that kind of information and news weeks in advance. Facebook versus TikTok clothing brands. Both are seeing incredible results. We have somebody who's optimizing for add to carts on TikTok that is getting like 1,000 add to carts, and they're tracking over 100 purchases from their campaigns every single week. They're sending this huge wave of traffic to their site. Their conversion rate's very low because it's an unbelievable amount of traffic. They're paying like 3 cents a click, but it's working highly effectively for them, and they're retargeting it from Facebook. Facebook is also crushing it for clothing brands. I could list at least 10 plus brands that are doing over 3, 5, 7x ROAS on Facebook that are clothing. It's one of the easiest spaces to get into because one, people resonate with a message or a mission. They can get behind it. People buy multiple clothing items. If they like a t-shirt, let's say I like this shirt, which I do. I own 4 of these shirts in 4 different colors. If you like a shirt, you're going to buy multiple either variations of that, or if you like the messaging, you're going to buy different actual tees, hoodies, maybe even shoes, shorts. So apparel is a very lucrative space if you understand how to get people to buy multiple. You make so much more money after you acquire that first user because you can remarket via email, remarket via SMS. ASRV is really good at this for their SMS strategies. I'd look into that brand if you want to learn a good SMS strategy. They're great at getting people to come back to their site and make purchases. How to become a TikTok agency partner. You're going to have multiple agency ad accounts, and you're going to have to complete multiple programs, and you'll be contacted by a rep first, and they're going to go through the process with you. It could take, a few $100,000, a few $1 million in spend. You might even get it if you have just tons of ad account access that people are running access to. So you got to be able to go through the process before you can get there. And that's specifically as a partner, not an agency ad manager. All right, we'll take a couple more questions before we go. By the way, if you haven't already joined our mentorship, definitely feel free to DM me the word mentor, or if you're looking for an agency, DM me the word agency. What is the best selling niche in your take? I get this question all the time. It's crazy because every single niche, there's an absolute winner that we've been in. I've seen all niches absolutely crush it. I mean, it's unbelievable. From selling glue online in the arts and crafts space, if you would have told me that you could do 6 figures to 7 figures a month off of glue, I wouldn't have believed it initially. But once we started running ads for it, there was a massive market, and it's a tiny niche, but there's so many people who are using glue for arts and crafts. It's unbelievable that are actually buying these things, and you can make an insane amount of money. Now, the moral of the story is every niche is going to have a key player that is doing it very successfully and is very profitable, has amazing margins, and is just absolutely crushing it. What you have to identify is how you're going to enter that niche and be unique and be able to actually build a brand around your product or service, so that way you can be able to get a really good return on ad spend and scale. What's the message? What's the meaning behind the brand? Every niche is going to be somewhat saturated to some degree as well. So like if you go in the clothing space, it's one of the most competitive spaces because there's so many people who can do clothing, and it's low barrier to entry. All you have to do is just get a print on demand store. You don't even have to have the product on hand, and you can be in the space. But the key differentiator is if you're resonating with a very specific audience in that niche in the clothing space, then you're going to be able to have a better chance of getting more results, meaning you want to have a message that appeals to a very specific audience. So it's all about how you play into the niche. I wouldn't so much worry about trying to find the best specific one. It's more or less how you're going to have a product in a niche that you believe is unique and how you can form a good brand and message around it. What audience size and how many creatives you suggest for Facebook ads? At least 1 million plus on the audience size. And then how many creatives? A minimum or a max of 5 for testing. You can have more for testing if you have a bigger budget, but definitely start to turn off ads if they're not converting. 2 to 3 is going to be good at scale. All right, we're going to take one more question here. By the way, thank you all for joining the live. Really appreciate it. Make sure to definitely check out the YouTube video, and feel free to DM me the word mentor or DM me in general if you have any additional questions after live. Very nice. Very niche targeting versus very broad for new ads. Definitely go broad. If your ad works in broad audience, you're going to be able to scale much further. If it works extremely well in a niche, that audience will eventually fatigue to some degree. So you have to be careful there. Now, if you're in a trending space, if you're on TikTok and you go after if you're a trend hunter where you're doing these product trends and stuff, it's okay to go very niche and just have explosive sales because you're getting in and getting out, but that's not going to allow you to really build a long-term brand there. Does Spark ads on TikTok work well? Absolutely. If you find the right creators and know who to contact, then Spark ads can be absolutely incredible. I mean, we got an app to the #1 app on the App Store from Spark ads specifically, and also have seen incredible ROAS from Spark ads. Is restaurant a good niche? There's so many niches, once again, that have said could work. Restaurants could be one of them for sure. We've worked with restaurants where they had an app for getting people to come in and try their salad. We absolutely crushed it for them. They got acquired. So yes, we were raising their actual average weekly sales volume at the restaurant by about 3 to 5% week over week for about 8 weeks, which is insane numbers if you do the math on that. They had 18 locations and were purchased from a conglomerate after how successful that ad campaign was. And they're very profitable because they understand their margins and they're a good operator. Most restaurant owners are terrible operators. They cannot operate a business. A lot of them don't understand how to successfully keep their margins open in the restaurant space. So you definitely got to be careful if you're working with people in that space. I'd always recommend working with larger entities that have lots of locations, typically franchises. That's the best way to go because that's already a proven model. If you're working with a one-off restaurant location, be very wary of that because probably won't last very long. All right. Lots of good questions today. Definitely feel free to shoot me a DM. Glad we were able to do this live. If you want to rewatch this live, you can go to my YouTube channel at Chase Chappell to check it out. Thank you all. Thanks a lot. You're the best, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you.